This is your theme song. Gonna go now. I'm keep gonna go.
Welcome to Capes and Pals, the game right here at Comicstorian, where I sit with these two idiots who are supposed to be Booster Gold and Blue Beetle, and we play a Dungeons & Dragons meets Mutants and Masterminds meets Super Homebrewed game that we've kind of pseudo-created, pseudo-combined a bunch of games. I'll explain in a second. Thank you guys for enjoying this show so much that we have decided to make it its own show as opposed to competing with Comic Experiment Space. So now you get 2 long shows with us. Okay, you can stop now.
Okay. He was going the whole time.
I was going to just keep going.
It was pretty impressive, actually.
All right, it's just so distracting. Anyway, a couple of, I guess, housekeeping stuff for this real quick. First up, it is going to be its own show now. We haven't decided the appropriate day for it yet. I haven't even decided how to title it on YouTube.
Day.
But the official name of this show...
Inappropriate day for it.
This is
the official name for this show is Capes and Pals. They're the pals. There are no capes.
I was going to say, neither of us wear capes.
Can we get capes?
Let's just start stealing them off of the superheroes that keep dying.
Let's get capes that just match our characters' colors, so you can get a gold one, I'll have a blue one, and then we'll change next time.
Yeah.
So what we've done is we've created our own campaign / homebrewed Dungeons & Dragons meets Mutants and Mastermind system. Reason is simple. The overall reason is Dungeons & Dragons is a lot easier for viewers to understand, so we don't have to give you a lot of nitty-gritty number crunching.
It's a lot easier for me to understand.
Right, he's the Dungeons & Dragons player with us. But also because but we've taken some of the fun systems out of Mutants and Masterminds, such as the combat system, the HP system, and even character sheets out of these books. That's not it.
And my favorite...
These books.
My favorite, the hero points.
Right, and then these. So... that's one of the other things I wanted to mention because a lot of viewers are unaware because we didn't mention them a second time. So as a part of Mutants and Masterminds, you earn hero points. Hero points allow you to literally change the story however you want. So just as an example, and here's part of the problem, they just forgot they existed. Here, as an example, last session, when they were trying to convince Superman to not have anyone come into the Fortress of Solitude, a hero point would have just given it to them. They didn't have to roll or anything like that. Their confusion was that they had to do it before rolling, so they didn't want to waste them. They also apparently had forgotten I said we were going to get 1 per session. So they were trying to save them up, and they were trying to roll and make the rolls. You can roll and use the hero point at any time. It's the ultimate mulligan. I rolled a critical fail.
It's like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Trap card.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I rolled a 1. Haha, you activated my hero point.
I don't get that reference.
You guys don't follow Yu-Gi-Oh!
I don't follow Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's an anime where they have cards.
I know what it is.
And there's a blue-eyed white dragon that shows up.
Right.
Is that the name of the card? Did I get it right?
I think that's one of them.
It's either that or the white-eyed blue dragon.
No, I think it's blue-eyed white
It's either
dragon.
a blue-eyed white dragon or a white-eyed blue dragon.
Or he's red.
One of the 3.
No, I'm pretty sure that one's the red-eyed black dragon.
That makes sense.
So anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much it. So while the system is going to look pseudo, like you recognize it, at the same time it's not going to. The second thing we're doing is we're taking established storylines within DC. The overall plot is they are going through them to fix them. They don't really know what fix means, and that's kind of intentional.
I have a new theory. If we just start murdering heroes and villains, it's a form of peace.
I mean... kind of what they did in Injustice, pretty much.
Just wipe them all
and
out.
that worked for them.
So that's the second thing. So that's where we are. The show, whatever day this came out. If you want to support the show, don't forget to go to see it live on Twitch every Thursday at twitch.tv/comicstorian. We're airing it right after the Comics Experiment podcast. And you can also find it on our Patreon along with additional behind-the-scenes discussions. Because basically, once we get out of the session, I tell them everything that could have happened, and they tell me what they think and stuff along those lines, and we discover things like Andy being frustrated last time because he couldn't convince anyone, and me sitting here going, why aren't they using their hero points? Next time I'll probably just go, you guys know you have those mulligan cards, right?
And I'll go, yes, and still not use it.
We're aware. You got to save them up.
Yeah. We are going to have one really epic battle eventually.
10 and punch Superman in the face.
At the end of the last session, it's just you guys doing nothing but cashing in, and you're just telling me what happens.
Well, let me explain to you what happens in this story.
And he picks the most peaceful universe of all.
And I mess it up.
Yeah.
There's also one new shirt that we have. It's the blue and gold dice that we have cut. It's on our Design by Human store, and we're trying to get the Teespring a link.
Keyword try.
Yeah, if you see it beneath this video, it worked. If you don't, check out the link to Design by Humans. The image of the shirt should be on here. Also, there is a second version of that shirt that we are making, in which involves Blue Beetle and Booster Gold playing with Batman and Superman watching. We could not publish that on any website because they decided it's copywritten. So we're going to manually print it and send it out to our Patreons. You can check that out at the $55 tier on Patreon. It'll go in one of the makeup boxes for everything we didn't do during the pandemic. I think that's all the notes, right?
I believe so.
Yes.
I believe we have a few supporters as well. We also have G Fuel, who helps sponsor these, where you can use comics at checkout to save 10%. We have Bespoke Post, which you can use comics at checkout to save 20% on your first monthly box. We have Patreon, which you already mentioned, as well as Twitch, which you already mentioned.
Yes, and if you do want to see this show continue past the originally planned 5 episodes, which has caused some issues and some problems for me, that is not going to be 5 episodes now, and we'll talk about that afterwards. No. Originally, it was supposed to be only 5 episodes, and if nobody liked it, those are going to be a cool 5 episodes. That'd be the end of the whole thing.
And you guys hate it, apparently. I mean, no one said anything good.
I'm not having a good time.
So...
Hero point. You're having a good time.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
All right, so let me give you a recap as to where we are right now. In the last 3 sessions, Booster Gold and Blue Beetle woke up in the Time Sphere unaware of what's going on. They arrived at the origins of the Justice League in the New 52, where they were fighting against Darkseid. Andy managed to punch Darkseid in the head. Dan sent the Flash away.
As well as flashed Superman and Batman.
You're terrible.
Yes. So basically, the origin of Darkseid did not pan out. The origin of the Justice League did not go as they planned. I think Darkseid took Superman and walked out. Should have been what happened.
Yeah, that's what
happens. Should have been what happened. It's in my notes that that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Sometimes my notes aren't all accurate anymore because you guys keep doing things. But
that's called D&D.
Oh, I know. And then you guys get pulled back in, where you discovered that what's going on is Wally West, Dr. Manhattan, has asked you to fix the timeline.
Blue Wally.
Blue Wally. We'll call him that from now on.
Blolly.
Smurf Wally.
No.
Blolly.
Blessed.
No. Just Blue Wally.
Just Blue Wally.
Yeah.
He explained that there currently is the timeline and multiverse are all kinds of broken. He can't see what's going on, and there are anomalies running around that he's trying to get fixed. And he's sending you two out to fix the timelines. By fix, he didn't clarify what it was. Just you need to fix it, and specified that when he was trying to fix timelines, he didn't know what the issues were at first.
And he thought we could do it.
Yeah. Of all people, he chose the 2 people that have screwed up the timeline.
Yeah, let me go grab Booster Gold to help fix the timeline. Well, he's an idiot.
So they arrived at the universe of Red Rain without information on how to fix Vampire Batman.
We fixed him.
Well, you didn't know what you were doing, though.
I flashed him.
Yeah.
And then I believe I tripped him and knocked him unconscious.
Yeah.
Probably one of my favorite moments.
And then
Fixed. The problem with that universe was Batman was fully conscious.
This is true.
We knocked him unconscious. Fixed.
So they eventually went to battle against Batman and Dracula, in which, what'd you do, Andy?
Well, after I drove the Batmobile like a boss, I stabbed Dracula and pinned him to a wall.
Yeah.
At 250 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's my flight speed.
And so they, in theory, fixed the timeline by preventing Vampire Batman from becoming full vampire.
Right.
So it's just that weird, awkward phase in the middle, you know?
Sure,
It's kind of like puberty. Reverse Flash showed up, told you that Wally West was lying.
Right.
And then immediately disintegrated, died, moved on.
Sure.
Which luckily we know that's a very reputable source.
Yeah, if ever you could trust anyone, it's Reverse Flash.
Eobard is known for his honesty.
His name is Professor Zoom.
I don't know. It depends on what continuity.
Depends on which one we're talking about at the time.
So anyway, Blue Wally then showed up to find out what's going on. Dan almost ratted out everything that Reverse Flash just said.
I don't know if we could trust Blue. He framed me for murder at one point. I don't know if we could trust him over Reverse Flash at this point either.
Was it this Wally that did that?
I don't even know anymore.
I thought that Wally killed himself somehow, but didn't kill himself somehow.
It's confusing.
Blue Wally decided to send, didn't really answer any valid questions.
Yeah, he sucked.
And sent you guys on to your next adventure, which brought you to the Deceased universe.
Yeah, that didn't go so well.
That was fun.
Yes, at the Deceased universe that you guys went ahead and battled against. And I'll make these recaps shorter following episodes because now we're going to get to the point where I'm trying to recap like 5 episodes and it's not going to work.
And we'll also exclude the portion where we explain why it's so long and continue the length of the.
Anyway, you got to the Deceased universe. You guys fought against Giganta where Andy once again rocked it.
I flashed her.
Ew, not cool, dude.
It
She
worked.
may be a super villain, but it's still not
To
cool.
be fair, it gave you the opportunity to kill her.
I didn't kill her. I
knocked her
I
down,
knocked her
knocked her
down.
down.
Yeah.
Superman and all of them showed up. Everything kind of played out like it was kind of intended for Deceased. And then you guys tried to convince Superman that everyone should not go to the Fortress of Solitude.
Guess what we did? We went to the Fortress of Solitude.
Well, for those who don't know the Deceased storyline, in the Deceased storyline, Martian Manhunter turns evil. They did finally convince Superman that someone's going to go evil, and they told him that it was Supergirl.
Yeah.
she gets infected, it's just a different story.
Exactly. So, and matter of fact, I don't even know where Supergirl is in Deceased. She's yet to show up, hasn't she?
I don't remember seeing her.
yeah,
no.
I don't think
she's
she's
yet
shown
to
up.
show up.
She hasn't shown up
Yeah,
anywhere, I don't
yeah,
think.
I don't
Unless
think so.
maybe a background character getting.
Maybe.
Because somebody proved last time when I said we haven't seen Blue Beetle, Heine is shown as a background character as a zombie.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
So maybe she's in the background. Anyway, they went to the Fortress of Solitude. Martian Manhunter turned into the zombie that he is. He slashed Barry Allen, almost insinuating the end of the universe. And Andy saved the day again.
I'm really good at this.
How did you save the day, Andy?
I lit the Martian Manhunter on fire, first of all. So there's one thing I know, it's how to kill a superhero. And then I shot Flash in the face with my laser beams.
Oh my god.
This should just be Blue Beetle and Booster Gold murder the DC
I mean,
multiverse.
at this point, it's gonna
It's
happen.
just easier to kill them all.
And at that point, Trigon showed up and took over Blue Beetle's bot. No.
It's like, did I
drunk
miss
for
this one?
Yeah. He's been playing without us?
I had a
had
different Blue Beetle and Booster Gold.
He had a full session where he's just playing all of us, and he's like, "Oh well,
Well, what are you going to
And
do?
in order to make it feel like it was Dan, I had to keep rolling ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I don't roll well."
So anyway, at that point, they seemingly had saved the universe, but Wave Rider showed up and said that he took care of the other booster. And
Right.
he needed to take care of this one. And you
Sure.
were fading out of reality.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. No?
And that was where we left off. Now,
Hero point. No, I'm not.
As I was, all right,
I figured out how to use these things.
all right.
No, I feel better. I feel better.
Are we starting?
I'm going to give
it's just
Andy,
gas from that burrito.
to kick off this event and close out our cliffhanger potentially,
okay.
Okay.
I'm going to give Andy and you
Okay.
one roll. If you get a 20, it's a free hero point.
That would be
I
sweet.
think that would have been amazing, and I would have really needed it. Oh, so close.
It's a 19.
19.
I was like, I'll give them a free hero point to get out of the cliffhangers if
It didn't
they
work.
could roll 20 at the start of
All right.
our session. All right, so where were we, Mr. Stark? I mean,
All right.
Mr. Cord, I don't feel so
So I
good.
believe
Teddy.
I believe we're starting as I'm watching him fade away.
right? He's so.
All right. As I watch him fade away.
Hold on. So you're.
That's
on.
what
Wait,
I'm
wait.
staring at him
Booster
all
Gold
the
is
time.
on his knees right now. He's clutching his stomach. He's fading out of existence. All around is the Fortress of Solitude. All the superheroes are still in awe because this is happening moments after Barry Allen is bleeding on the ground as a dead zombie.
As
So like most of them don't even notice what's happening. And in front of you, Wave Rider steps out, Golden Man, hair on fire, and all he says to you is he took care of the other booster and he's here to take care of you guys.
I go, that's so nice of you. So as,
I'm like,
As
see if you
I-
can fix me.
as I see Booster fade out, I say, I'll save you, Booster, if you give me the belt. No. All right. So I'm by myself. No. Through the power of friendship, I roll
I was like, what are you rolling to do?
to use my hero point.
Do you not
To
know how
reach-
we
to
just
reach
established how they work.
I know, I was seeing if I could get a nat 20. All right, so as I see him fading out, I go, Booster, my best friend, my only person that truly understands me. You cannot go. You cannot leave. And I reach out to grab his arm, and I miss the first one, but I grab the second arm, and I pull him back into existence.
No, he's like fading away back to the future style.
I still pulled him back to the present.
So you just pull away a fading Booster Gold.
Yeah, I anti time travel.
I already don't feel good. Now we're moving me.
And as I see him continuously disappear, I roll to flash Wave Rider to kind of try and distract him a little bit.
You're still in your hero
To which
point.
I'm still using the hero point. Thank goodness.
Because you haven't done anything. Your answer was
You're literally just grasping me.
And I flash him. I flash him, and as he's blinded, because I'm a hero right now, I punch him in the face, because that's my
when
thing.
Are you not
I
a
punch
hero?
time in the face.
I punch him in the
Screaming
face,
time.
and I notice Booster starts to rematerialize, and I
Sure,
go,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I'm point blank right now. It's time for my BB gun to finally pay off. And I just watched him shoot Barry in the face, so I know what I'm doing. And I replicate shooting Barry in the face, but then I also do it to Wave Rider. I shot
I mean,
the...
also, is there another Barry
Oh, I
liner?
shot the dead body to practice my aim, and then I shoot... and I shoot Wave
All
Rider
the
in the
superheroes
face.
turn around like, what the hell, man?
The whole time, Booster's just like, what is he doing?
That is my hero point. Does that work?
What is he doing? Is
I don't know.
My hero point is killing Wave Rider so that he stays, and through the power of friendship, I pull him back into existence. Why is this so hard to
Oh,
understand?
see, you didn't say that. You kind of just rambled for a couple minutes.
Well, I tried
It
to
was like when
roleplay
Ben
it a
was
little bit.
talking.
I tried to roleplay it, but
All
I
right,
guess
so
I explained and
Wave Rider
confused
gets
it.
cracked in the head by, what is the BB gun shoot? Isn't it just air?
No, it does different things.
But in this case, an air hammer.
There you go. Yeah,
That's what I shoot.
Is that like a...
All right, fine. I throw my thermite grenade at his face.
I'm a burn time.
Is that better? Should I batarang him?
It's like hitting the snooze button.
You don't
on
have the
your
bat
clock.
belt. He has the bat
No,
belt.
I have
I
three
gave him 3
batarangs.
batarangs.
Oh, right.
Yeah, yeah.
You
And,
were
ho-
divvying
and
up the-
holy water, just in case we run into
All right,
more
you know what?
vampires.
I'll combo attack since this is still hero point territory.
This whole episode is
throw,
just gonna be Dan explaining his hero point.
I throw the
It's
batarang.
just going to be the resolution
Wait,
from the cliffhanger.
wait,
That's
wait.
all it's going to be.
I throw the batarang and I compress air at the batarang to increase its velocity, and it just flies straight through his head.
That makes sense.
Through his head. Okay, so
Yeah.
Wave Rider, an omnidimensional being who is able to manipulate
Yes.
time and space.
I mean, the batarang thing tracks.
Batarangs are anti-time. so-
Everybody knows that.
Do you have an anti-time batarang in that thing?
Oh,
the
I'm fading out. I don't
anti-time.
know what's going on at this point.
So he gets cracked in the head, okay? Does no actual damage to him because
This looks mildly
I
irritated.
was like, as far as I'm concerned, Wave Rider's never taken damage.
He has now.
First time for everything.
I just launched a batarang through his head. He's taking damage.
He, so anyway. I'm just trying to picture Dan's maneuvers in my head.
Just Blue Beetle, just doing stuff.
Since it was hero point, I did a backflip.
Sure,
Just
why not?
'cause.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, Wave Rider gets hit in the head by a batarang air boosted towards him.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually do anything, but you see a scratch, just a simple little scratch form, and it's like you stared into the sun. It just,
And as I turn around, I went, I made a god bleed. Just cuz. Doesn't have to have a reason, guys. I can say what I want.
and it gives you a brief glimpse of the timeline,
Ooh.
allowing you to foresee the future.
Okay.
Write this down.
And in the future, you see a dead Superman,
Okay.
and everyone having to flee the planet on spaceships.
Okay.
In case you guys are not aware, Dan does not read up the storylines before we go into.
I do partially remember deceased though, because it was.
It
a
gives
good
you a
story.
brief glimpse of what is going to be happening
Okay.
in this timeline, potentially. Wave Rider steps back and immediately sails back up, and Booster Gold begins to fade back into existence because Wave Rider has lost his
concentration.
on the situation.
Ooh, that didn't feel good.
All
And
right,
he
now I
looks at
go.
you, and he's like, "What the hell?"
What
All right.
the hell?
All
Wait,
right.
You can't
All
say
right.
what I say.
All right. I
My
look
exact
at Wave
words are,
Rider.
that didn't feel good.
No,
I look at
Wave
Wave
Rider.
Rider.
said,
Oh, I thought you said Booster says that.
I'm Booster now,
Yeah, I
apparently.
was like, what the hell?
All right. So he looks at me like that, and I
Yep.
go, all right. So here's why I did that. You're pretty much a god, so I figured, you know, to knock some sense into you, I really had to get extreme. And I kind of need Booster to save this timeline. Would you mind going to a different timeline? Because I saw in the future Superman dies. Can maybe you go stop that? Please?
No, we already stopped that.
Yeah, you guys prevented that.
I know, but you just said this was the future, not an alternate timeline.
No, you saw into the future.
what
Yes.
might have happened.
What's but
Oh,
in the
a
deceased
different.
timeline?
Okay, we're
Yeah.
talking the one that we
Yeah,
already
we're
avoided.
right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that's
We
the
avoided
avoided
that
timeline.
from
We avoided
yeah.
that.
Right.
Okay. In that case, I go, hey, dude, saw the future that you just blared into my face. Thanks for that, by the way.
He's
And I
rubbing
go,
his head. He's like,
and I just go, look. You see in that, Superman was like a zombie-ish thing and died. Ours is fine. You can go.
but see, that's the problem. Wally West is lying to you.
I struggle back up to my feet. You're a dick. Go ahead.
Seconded.
Superman is supposed to become infected. This timeline needs to happen as it's supposed to happen. I know that Wally West has sent you to this timeline to fix it, but to fix it, you need to correct it to go as it's supposed to.
How does Superman dying really help the timeline?
Well, it's not going to help the timeline, but it's the proper timeline.
Does he? Do you know how Wally is lying to us since you're an all-dimensional being?
I don't know. Wally West is
Why does
messing with.
nobody know?
I know.
Everybody's
Everyone
like, he's
somehow
lying.
knows
How?
that he's
I don't know.
wrong.
He's
I
messing
just
with the
assumed.
timelines. They're supposed to go as they're intended. Vampire Batman was supposed to turn evil. This universe is supposed to die to the zombie apocalypse so that Tom Taylor can write an ongoing series about their survivors in the apocalypse.
All right, Wavy.
To be fair,
Wavy.
that does sound cool.
It does sound cool,
Right? Yeah.
All right, Wavy.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Wavy's not my
What
name.
you're telling me
Ryder?
is I need to shoot him in the head right now, or things are gonna go bad.
You're gonna try to shoot Superman in the head?
You know what? I'm just.
got left.
I didn't say I was
Wave-
going to.
Wave Rider stops
I'm
for a
asking
moment
if that's
and
what
looks-
he needs me to do.
Wave Rider stops for a moment, looks at Booster and goes, "Yes, I want to see you shoot Superman in the head."
I know, right? That'd be cool.
Can you handle it? You seem like you might be able to.
kryptonite in one of these things.
Actually, you definitely do.
Probably do.
Roll your dice.
Well, I already searched it.
Where's your bat kryptonite?
Oh yeah, well no, Kryptonite wasn't on your list then, but maybe you find a hidden pocket.
8.
You do not find a hidden pocket.
Nope, no kryptonite.
Should have given me the belt.
No, you roll like crap. You wouldn't have found anything.
Oh,
the
it was-
belt would have
Oh,
magically
it was.
been empty.
It wasn't for the kryptonite. It was just because I wanted the belt.
Oh, that's fair.
All right. So Wave Rider's sitting there and explained why he was making Booster vanish.
Oh, good. Thanks for the explanation.
I was trying to make you vanish so that the timeline could correct itself.
You're a dick.
I don't know how that would correct
You
it.
wouldn't know what happened after it was done.
Still pissed.
I'm just gonna say though. Wavy, you're not really good at that because usually to fix it, you want to do it before the changes happened.
yeah, we
Just saying. For a time
Still kind of new to
traveler.
this. Technically, I got the job. The whole event of Armageddon just happened. It's a whole thing.
way back in 2001.
I'm a time
It's
traveler.
been
It happened 10
19
minutes ago.
years.
It's 2001. I'm doing this. It's 2020. I'm killing Booster Gold. It's 2032. Everyone's dead. It's 2001 again. I pushed the lantern away 2 feet.
Oh, Lord.
Ugh, that's Wally's lines.
All right, Wavy, what do you want us to
Yeah, what do you
do?
want us to do?
I need you to infect Superman so that he can destroy this world.
What?
Well, the Flash was going to.
We gotta infect Superman.
At this time,
Oh, Lord. Okay.
all the superheroes have kind of like started to be aware of the guy with the flaming head.
Sure.
Oh, that's right, they were watching.
Yeah, like they're all standing there.
Right, exactly. Well, they were taking care of the Barry Allen body. When he shot the body for target practice, it kind of got their attention.
Hey, to be fair,
Why did they shoot him again?
to make sure.
But now they've all turned. I mean, all of this has happened in the span of like 30 seconds, basically.
Who knows?
Sure.
Maybe the splatter part of it launched into Superman and wedged in there.
Yeah.
And they turn back to you guys and they go, "What is this?"
All right. Hold on. You ready for this? This could be great. You're gonna like
Oh,
this.
Lord.
Superman's got some things to say, but
All
let's
right.
see what you're
All right.
gonna
I
do.
go. Hey, Superman.
Yes.
That's your Superman?
I'm sorry.
Yes, it is. It's also Captain
I-
America. That's why they never
should-
get to meet each other.
I should not have shot the dead Flash a second time. I was
That's
freaking
our
out.
bad.
Hold on.
It was kind of offensive, Beetle.
In my defense, my best friend was disappearing. I did not know what to do. I panicked. I did what I thought was right. I do have a reason. If you could come over here real quick.
Oh, Lord,
I
what
take
are you
out
gonna
my
do?
phone that I've been filming you with, and I open up Twitter and I go, "Can you check this out real quick?" And I
And
show
Superman looks at the screen and says, "What am I looking at?"
you the anti-life equation, bitch.
Yeah, he when it started, he was only looking in X-ray vision, so he wouldn't actually see any.
He doesn't know that right now, though.
I think he stays in that the
Yeah,
whole
he
time.
says he stays in it
He
the whole
doesn't stay in the whole time. He's distracted. I shot his friend in the head twice.
No, he stays in it the whole
yeah,
time.
yeah.
That's how he avoids it.
Plus, actually, at
However-
this point in the story, there's no more internet because they destroyed it all. There's no digital. They literally
I've
just
got data.
He's got a data plan.
I've got timeline data.
Hero Point. I have a data plan with Verizon. They have the most.
super internet. Even after Superman destroys
Can you hear
it
me
all.
now? That was such a good idea.
It was.
It was a good
the
idea.
fact they were trying to trick Superman to make him a
No,
zombie.
see, that's the thing. It wasn't really even
Hilarious.
tricking. It was just.
you were tricked. No, that was straight up.
I
tricking.
like how you guys aren't even questioning Wave Rider. You just keep going with whatever time traveling guy tells you to do.
I haven't said anything. This has all been Dan trying to infect Superman.
Well, you're still trying to get back into it.
That's
You've been
true.
You're
fading.
fine. He's okay.
You pooped your pants.
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
so okay.
Everyone that fades into
Blue
existence
Beetle and
poops their
Superman have
pants.
stepped over to the side.
Damn it. I was
Where you just
joking.
kind of see him pull a phone up, and Superman just kind of scratches his head. But in front of you is now the entire what's remaining of the Justice League, a dead body of Barry Allen,
Sorry about
and
that.
Wave Rider.
Sure.
Hair's still going off
Right,
like crazy.
yeah.
So now that they're separated, the insane Blue Beetle. What do you do, Booster?
My friend almost died. I'm just saying.
Wave Rider, why should we trust you over multiversal Blue Wally? Not you, Wally.
You threw me off. 'cause
Yeah,
you-
yeah. I want to make sure they understood what I was talking about. I've got a lot of people telling me I need to fix crap, and I'm getting a little irritated with it.
That's a very good question, Booster.
I agree, it is.
All I can tell you is that he's messing with the timeline. I don't know what his reasoning is. Ever since he gained these crazy powers to turn into a blue Smurf,
Sure.
every timeline that I've visited, he's been correcting.
Okay.
But in the end, it just makes them worse.
Describe worse than the anti-life equation taking over everything and apparently everyone leaving the planet.
Well, the people who survived could have been the next wave of superheroes. That's how the timeline is supposed to go.
So now that more of them will survive now that Superman's a superhero still, correct?
No, they have to lose Earth to go to Earth 2.
I mean, I still feel like they lost her. I'm not over here. I'm looking at my phone. I'm
No, don't look at
showing-
your phone.
Trying to figure out why there's no internet.
Showing it to Soups.
Come on.
I'm just showing him the video of you blasting Darkseid in the face.
The original Red Rain. Oh, it's not gonna call it Red Rain. That's you're getting a little too meta. the
original issues of Red Rain that I read back in the future.
I was talking to Deadpool. You know,
Sure, yeah.
the original Batman timeline
Yes.
is supposed to turn into Batman turning truly evil, converting the rest of the superheroes, and then the vampires and the superheroes being removed.
Okay.
Then the world moves on without any superhero powers.
And that's good?
That is better
Why?
than what actually happens because by saving Batman, what was going to happen?
To be fair, Batman's head was cut off.
Well, yes, but I know that wasn't you
How do you know?
because I'm Wave Rider.
Fair.
He somehow knows this, but not why Wally's sending us to different timelines.
You
Wave Rider,
shitty.
Sorry.
for those who don't know, Wave Rider's ability, as we discovered in 2001, is basically once he touches somebody,
You can see
the
alternate futures,
timelines in their
yeah.
entirety in one shot.
We should have touched Superman.
Anyway,
Also to see
Go
his
ahead.
future.
if Batman had stayed in that middle vampire state, he would have conquered the world and turned it into a militaristic state in which he eventually still craved blood, but now conquered the entire world as he maintained his intelligence as Bruce Wayne.
Okay, I can see how that's a bad thing. Why don't you go deal with Blue Wally, not you, Wally, and figure this crap out?
Because every time I try to find Wally, he evades me. I've managed to track down the Reverse Flash and Barry Allen, both running through the timeline right now, and there's another individual who laughs maniacally that I can track down but seemingly vanishes every time I get there. But I can't pinpoint... What?
Nothing.
Speedy Joker.
But I can't track down this omnipotent god version of Wally West.
Yeah, you guys suck.
You almost doomed this timeline because you listened to one guy.
Oh my gosh.
You're asking me to do it a different way by listening to you.
Why don't we have Wave Rider touch our Wally? Because technically he would eventually become Blue Wally that would then go in the timeline.
It's a different Wally. This is Wallace. We're from the different timeline. I can see that it's a different person.
But we don't know because if you told me correctly, you said the different alternate timelines, correct?
Yes.
This is Wallace, though. It's not the same Wally.
Redhead Wally is Dr. Manhattan. Wallace West is the one around in this timeline.
New
Is
52
Wally not
Wallace.
alive right now in our main
Just like
one?
Supergirl, as far as I
They
know,
never
Redhead
show
never
him as
showed
far
up.
as I
Oh,
know.
really?
yeah.
Oh, you kept saying Wally instead of
Ah, yeah,
Wallace.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I was like,
Andy, could you please say Wally 2?
yes,
Hey,
please.
Wally Dose. You suck.
Wally D.
Wally D.
Wally D.
Um,
All right, my bad. Continue.
all I'm saying here, Wave Rider, buddy, guy I don't actually like very much. Booster doesn't like him, no.
Oh yeah, because he's always
Because he's
correcting
constantly
Booster.
trying to correct Booster, yeah.
Plus, you know, he almost
Booster,
just
we have
killed
done
him.
this
I've
before.
got multiple omnipotent beings explaining to me to do different things.
It's almost like a publication house just needs a bunch of God characters.
I know.
Booster, you can trust me. We've done this before.
Do I trust him? I don't even know.
All you need, all you
Skeets,
guys.
what is the probability that Wave Rider is telling me the truth?
Our Twitch chat said that Skeets says. I lost it. They have a Skeets. Idea: we try to kill baby Wave Rider.
Kind of like a Hitler situation. Yeah.
Skeets went weird.
Skeets got dark.
Skeets. Michael, I believe that we should kill baby Hitler. I mean, baby Wave Rider.
Now he's
Maybe Hitler
Skeetler.
after doing anything, Skeets.
He's actually Skeetler now.
Skeets, where are you going with this? But stay with me.
I
Go
know
back
you
in
guys
time
have
and
heard
kill
this before
Hitler.
because you've been hearing it from everyone else trying to do this, but I have to go correct more Wally West screw-ups. All you have to do to correct this timeline is get Superman infected and get everyone off the planet. Two minor things: your Blue Beetle and
What's that all?
All right, wait.
your Blue Beetle and
Superman
Booster
is
Gold.
standing there for this whole thing.
No, he's over
Supes,
there.
What do you? Oh,
I
that's
wanna-
right. Hey, Superman, can you come here for a second?
Get it?
Yes, Booster. What? You could explain your
Wave
shiny
Rider,
friend to
go
me.
ahead. Wave Rider, go ahead and repeat what you just said to old Superman here. I'll wait. This is how I would
have-
actually be
I
in
have
one
a
of these
new
comic
idea.
books. I'm like, I'm sick and tired of this bullshit.
All right, so
I have an
I'm not
idea.
going to argue with myself. But
No,
I'll tell you
you
what.
should. Go Matt Mercer on this thing.
Where we just have a whole conversation.
Yep, with
All
yourself.
right, I'll
We'll
try
wait.
this out. I've never
No,
had.
I'm kidding. Don't do that. We'll just say
hold
that
on.
Wave Rider explains it to Superman.
So Wave Rider explains the whole situation again.
Yeah.
All right. And Superman just kind of cocks one eye. What?
Thank you.
So he explains that in the alternate timeline, Superman becomes infected and therefore destroys most of the entire planet, forcing
Yes.
everyone who was up in arms about leaving the planet to actually leave the planet because there's
Right.
no way to actually fix it at that point.
Correct.
Superman once again goes, "So you want me to become infected so we can lose Earth?
Yeah, no, that was what I said too. Soups.
There has to be a better way."
Thank you.
Is Wonder Woman in the Solitude Fortress?
Yeah, she's
right
not.
now?
She is there.
Yeah, she's still here.
We should have her put her lasso on Wave Rider and make sure he's telling us the truth.
Wave Rider says he'll do it.
All right. Hey, Wendy.
So she lassos him
I
up.
like we give everybody nicknames.
She lassos him up.
Soups,
He
Wavy,
explains the same situation.
Wally D.
And she explains that as far as what he knows and what he's stating, it is all the truth. Which now makes
I will-
Superman kind of go, "So wait a second. You want me to become one of the infected and destroy Earth?"
Yeah, yep, that's where we're at.
Yes, please.
I'm sure. Can
But
we?
before you do that, can we have some kryptonite so that we can stop you afterwards? Because we still need to leave if you heard him correctly. Plus, we do have your son, and I don't think you want to kill him.
Are you threatening my son?
No, you're threatening your son.
While he's like arguing with Superman, I kind of look over at Damien.
Damian looks at you.
The third belt on the right, or the third pocket. The third belt. He's like got
He
15.
points down at
the
his
90s.
bat belts.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you glance at your bat belt and you realize there's a pouch. There's some pieces of.
it's been glowing this whole time.
I gave you a pretty good roll.
That was solid.
Yeah. So you're arguing with Superman about the infection. Superman is pretty much stating like there has to be a second way. What if we just leave the planet and abandon it? But Wave Rider continues to state that if you just leave the planet, it will cause further problems. Wave Rider then looks at you guys and goes, "You know what you need to do. I have to go correct the other Wally West problems. Do you need anything else before I go?"
Infect Superman real quick. If you could.
Do you have anything I can use in case next time we run into Wally? Make sure we might have some sort of detector or something that'll give us an idea whether or not he's telling the truth.
I grabbed the lasso of truth, maybe.
Wonder Woman, can we borrow that?
Hey, Wendy,
You're not going to need it in this timeline, I think.
we'd really appreciate it.
Um,
I hero point to get Wonder Woman's lasso. Can I do that?
I'll give you a very easy roll if you want to hero point it.
That one. Well, or a 7.
What is
Okay,
it?
it's a 7. I thought it was a 1.
I did too, actually.
How? Explain to me how you're gonna get Wonder Woman's
All right.
lasso.
So I go up to Wendy and I go, "Hey, Wendy, die."
1D?
Wendy?
Like One Direction?
No, like Wendy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wendy and die, because Diana.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say, as you literally just heard, because you were using your lasso just now, Wally has been Blue Wally, not you, Wally D.
Not you all.
Blue Wally has been messing with the timeline and has been lying to us about whether or not we have actually been fixing things. As you noticed, because he had to shoot Barry in the face because Wally told us to. Not you, Wally D. We have an idea.
Wally's just over there like
Not you, the
we
useful
have-
Wally. Sorry.
to use.
We have an
My bad.
idea that potentially, if you were to lend us your lasso of truth, we could potentially use this on Blue Wally, not you, Wally D, to make sure that he is either telling us the truth or whether or not he's lying. And if you would be so kind to let me keep it, we could use this to make sure that we can save as many universes as possible, because I know you're a fan of saving things.
I mean, not really a fan of saving things.
Plus, I heard Themyscira said, "Yeah, you should give it to
Maybe
Blue
one
Beetle."
situation where she doesn't murder somebody to get what she needs.
Yes, but when
something.
but to save
to
something.
save something. She
Thank
doesn't just
you.
murder to murder.
She hands it to you. It says, "I don't know if it's going to work for you,
Okay.
but you can try."
Why? Thank you.
Pretty sure it works for everybody.
That I was gonna Google that real fast. I don't know if it only works for Amazon.
Cyborg used it.
Yeah.
Did he?
And
He
Deceased.
uses and
In Deceased,
Okay.
he uses it, yeah.
I
And
thought I did, but I wanted to
Constantine-
make sure it wasn't
Yeah,
an Amazon
It's ju-
only.
no, it's just a lasso.
All right,
I mean,
you
Constantine
have-
also did it.
a weapon.
I take it from him, I loop it onto my
Nope.
belt.
So Superman stops. Okay, hold on here.
Yep, I'm with you.
Sure.
So you two are time travelers who are from an
I
alternate timeline.
explained this to you a week ago.
I know.
in
I'm
Metropolis.
giving a recap.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Can I have the item book? I want to see if the lasso's in there. I'm so happy right now.
It'd be on
Hero's
Wonder
Handbook.
This
Woman.
is so exciting.
Warner was given the lasso out before, so
Yeah.
yeah, that one's not.
I'm
out
not
of-
arguing with you.
Yeah. So you two are time travelers who have come here to fix the timeline.
That is true.
You have saved me from becoming infected.
Correct.
But this guy's time traveling.
Right.
And he says that I'm supposed to be infected to fix the timeline.
Also true.
So who's actually fixing the timeline? Because we're currently losing Earth, and you're telling me we have to lose Earth,
Right.
and I have to die.
Yes. That is as we now understand it. To be fair, we're not sure who's 100% right here. It's either Blue Wally or Wave Rider or possibly Reverse Flash.
If they can go through time, it might be their fault. There's a good chance it's his.
What did I
Kind of be you.
It's a good chance it's Booster.
do? Turns out I'm the mastermind the whole time. I didn't know it.
You did wake up with amnesia. Okay, well,
You tell us what to do, Soups.
well,
What do you think is
Yeah,
the
what do
right
you
thing
think
to
would
do?
be-
I'm not going to sacrifice myself to
That's
one
fair.
gold guy with blazing hair.
I got it.
For those viewers who are watching, I know Superman knows Wave Rider, but we're just going to assume deceased Superman never met Wave Rider.
Sure, why not?
That's fair.
Because in all honesty, I have no idea where in the timeline they've actually met.
Not a clue.
It's all over the place.
Usually it's in the future.
At some point in time.
I don't even know who Wave Rider was.
No, but because he's a time-based being, anything's considered the future from your start.
Wave
And I
Rider
know he
looks over
wasn't
and
there.
goes, I need you two to fix this. I can't directly change or alter timelines. I can just remove things that aren't supposed to be here.
Indeed.
So with that, a portal opens.
Okay.
Nice.
And our ad for Bespoke Post plays. Today's podcast is sponsored by Bespoke Post. If you're like me, your mailbox is pretty depressing, filled with junk mail, bills, political flyers, and a stupid amount of coupons. But once a month, I get very excited checking my mail because of my monthly box of awesome from Bespoke Post. I'm still amazed at the amazing quality of the Damascus steel knife I received in one of my boxes of awesome. Bespoke Post only sends guys the best stuff every month. No matter what you like, Box of Awesome has you covered. The boxes can contain anything from barware to cooking tools to outdoor gear to style and grooming goods. To get started, take the quiz at theboxofawesome.com, and your answers will help them pick out the best Box of Awesome for you. It's free to sign up, and you could skip a month or cancel at any time. Each box only costs $45, but packs more than $70 worth of gear. Get $20 off your first monthly box when you sign up for theboxofawesome.com and enter the code COMICS at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com and use the code COMICS for 20% off your first box. And Wave Rider exits the building.
As part of the ad.
Huh?
As part of the ad.
So Superman looks at you guys now.
Oh, you closed the portal?
I've closed the portal.
There you
No, it's Wave Rider walked out. I didn't need to close it.
Oh, okay.
So Wave Rider walks out.
Bye, Wavy.
Superman looks at you guys. Well, I'm obviously not going to infect myself.
That's fair.
So why don't we work on getting everyone off the planet like Lex was doing before you guys shot Barry in the head?
He was infected.
I'm not
got an
arguing.
idea.
You didn't do anything wrong.
You know, to be fair,
But I'm a little at odds right now because apparently I'm supposed to die.
we could prevent you from dying if you would be willing to destroy the Earth.
And remain here.
No,
Apparently.
he didn't say that Superman had to stay there. He just said that Superman destroys the Earth, and that's the part that cannot change. He did not say that Superman had to die in order to do it. Just the planet had to die.
He's
I
not-
like the way you
he's
think,
not
Beetle.
wrong.
We are leaving the... I need someone to give me the statistics for what are the chances that Earth will survive?
Well, considering I'm asking you to destroy it, I'm really hoping
No, I'm
they're
talking
low.
about me not destroying it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I need to know what the chance... I am not against destroying something that's going to be doomed anyway.
Sure.
By the way, the lasso's pretty awesome, and it's very obvious why I was able to get it, because it's easily removable.
It's its weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but
I mean, this isn't about. Like,
so
hold on,
happy.
Skeets. What are the probability that the Earth will still survive after everybody leaves?
In the original timeline, Michael, the Earth did not survive at all. It was overrun by the deceased beings, and the anti-life equation turned it into an apocalyptic type world.
See, look, oops, we should just leave anyway. What is the big deal? If you all get on the space arcs, right? Stay with me. And you fly away, then we're fine.
All right, I'm not sure I like this idea, but we'll have the best minds work on it while you guys help us get everyone on the arcs.
Okay.
We've already established everyone has to leave the planet.
yes.
So we need to get everyone off.
Right.
I can't destroy this planet if there's anyone left.
Well, no, you won't destroy it. We'll just leave it for the blight, for the anti-life equation.
But that was already happening at this point.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we just leave it.
Well, he was saying his math is that Wave Rider said the planet has to still be destroyed for it to continue.
Yes. He
Skeets, are we sure that the planet was destroyed or that it was left for the blight with Superman in the sun?
No, if I remember right, it gets destroyed because he starts to fly off and they have to send John back to destroy him, and the Earth gets destroyed in collateral damage.
Skeets, I believe that's not accurate.
No, Michael, that is not. Superman destroys the planet, allowing it to turn into the apocalyptic new world,
Right.
and then chases the arcs.
So we just leave it behind for the blight. Everybody gets on the space arcs.
Yeah.
We go to Earth 2.
And if anyone has like a little
Easy
frustrated, just
peasy
destroy a few things
and-
on the way
Alright.
out.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
I like
Then
it.
I don't understand why I needed to die.
We didn't either, but apparently
Well,
we found a way around it, bud.
Yeah.
Be thankful.
We're either fixing or breaking things. And that's kind of our thing.
I'm just picturing Booster Gold.
I mean, if you want to blow up the planet on the way out, that's your business.
I really don't see a need to do so.
Other than, I guess, maybe the anti-life equation guys could get off the planet at some point. Right?
I mean, to be fair, I believe in Marvel, zombies were able to travel through space.
We don't got a
eventually.
Galactus in this one though. We're fine.
Oh, that's good. That's true.
All right. So anyway, they all sit around. They start doing the math on all the numbers, arc stuff, blah,
Sure.
blah, blah. They drag Barry's body
We got
out.
Mr. T. He's pretty smart.
Mr. Terrific. He's not
know.
Mr. T.
we also don't have him. He's not there.
Oh, he's in a different book, isn't he? That's right. I
Yeah, he's
forgot.
with. I was trying to think. Like he's doing something, but
He's
not.
with
Yeah.
Booster.
Yeah. He's,
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then clearly he's with us.
All right. So
other Booster.
I know,
Word
but
didn't
Wave-
work out well, so for them.
Wave Rider just fixed that, so
Yeah, he fixes it by killing them all.
So
damn you, Wavy.
damn you, Wavy. All right. So they're explaining that right now at Themyscira, there's arcs being built. There's
Yes.
an arc being built to pick up
Right.
people from Gotham.
Yes.
And of course, they have the Fortress of the Solitude one.
Sure.
What do you guys want to do? You have 3 known locations, and then the rest of the world.
I mean,
I believe Gotham should be fine. They got a plant lady.
Yeah, they got a plant lady.
They're pretty good.
feel like the undead are possibly going to find Themyscira because it's surrounded by the ocean, and I feel like Aquaman was infected. I feel. What?
I agree.
I agree.
Superman, perhaps we should shore up the defenses at Themyscira.
Where
let
did I go
Superman
in
know.
your guys' timeline at this point?
You kind of died.
Yeah, according to Skeets, you were already a zombie.
Oh.
All right.
Well, cool. So we have me.
So
Right?
wait, how did Aquaman get infected?
It's like a second issue. He just gets attacked by zombies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And
before
he
the-
infects Atlantis.
That's
and-
right.
It's before they knew the zombies were a thing. I think it was
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
boat. He was
Yeah,
like,
he was
"Oh,
like
okay,
trying to
that's
check
right.
what-
That's
what-
right. All right. So I go Soups. So Fish Guy,
Yes.
he will take out the entire island of Themyscira
Most of the Amazons will
and most of the Amazons and potentially risk those arcs. In the original timeline, you weren't here to stop him. You want to do
Green
so this
Arrow
time?
had to do it.
We don't trust him.
Okay. So you were wrong about Supergirl, and now you're telling me Green Arrow's gonna save the day. And you hear in the background, "Hey!" Give me a persuasion check on this one. to see-
Oh Lord!
Well, you got it wrong.
Use a hero point. Use a hero point. Use a hero point. Use a hero point. Do it. Use the hero point.
He has rolled a nat 1.
Use now is the time.
But I've used
Now
so
is
many.
the time. You've used one.
I
Oh, no,
used
used
two.
two.
I
Well, it
used
was your
two.
role. Use the third one, man. If ever there was a time to convince Superman, it is now.
I mean, for the
Use
record, I wasn't
the
even making
hero
that hard at
point.
all, but I mean, it's a 1.
Use the hero point. I'll just take it off. Don't worry.
Why don't you use one of yours?
Because I wasn't rolling to persuade him.
Yeah, but you can interrupt me to persuade.
I push him aside and I use my hero point to
Okay.
persuade
Because I was
Superman
not going to.
that, as we've already discovered, we know what we're talking about, and he needs to listen to us.
I don't
All right,
wanna
well, I
waste
believe
it.
you guys. You were incorrect about Supergirl. Or is Supergirl still out there infected?
It's possible.
We
Who
don't
knows?
know.
I wish you guys had warned me
Do you
about
want to
Martian
find
Manhunter.
her?
Maybe
she can help us?
Supergirl real quick.
Then I think you're right. We should all go to the island of Themyscira.
Not all of us.
Okay, how
He's
many
very
of us?
charismatic.
Not all of us. We need superheroes at every team. We need
All
guys
right.
at every team.
Here's the plan, Soups.
I just feel like possibly Aquaman's gonna attack them.
All right, well, how
All right,
about this
so-
then?
yes.
We can get a few of us over there. I'll pick you both up, carry you like big babies.
Yeah.
I'll carry you both to
Very
Themyscira.
appropriate.
Pick
Thank
4
you.
other superheroes on this team to come
Not
with
as
us.
fast.
That's true.
All right, so
Green
The
Arrow.
rest will go to Gotham. How's that
Green
sound?
Arrow.
I
kills
really,
Aquaman.
I feel
I
like
really don't think that's a great idea, but I'm not going to argue with you. And once again, Green Arrow in the background. Hey!
Arrow, you're coming. Wait.
Yeah!
we should bring
I told Batman
a
I was important.
telepath of some sort.
Why?
Telepaths are always smart to have.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
They're good. They're good to have. Wait, have they ever shown whether or not that you could use telepathy to communicate and/or control the deceased?
As we just discovered in a previous video we just did that Andy and I wrote, they are not they are mindless. They're hive mind.
bastards.
Yes.
Sorry.
Not we
Jerks.
need. So we'll take Superman with us.
Who
Oliver.
else is here?
Everybody, because no one got affected now.
Well, everyone I keep naming keeps ending up being somewhere else or already killed.
Well, you're naming people that aren't even in the story.
No, I can't remember who's in this
Let's bring
one.
black lightning because
I like it.
Water, electricity.
I like it. Maybe we should swing by Kondak, see if we can.
No, we should not.
Did he get turned?
Yes, we should not go to Kondak. I'm pretty sure at this point he's probably already dead. I think they killed him.
I'm pretty sure at this point.
That's where it's going in that plot.
Yeah, because Superman at this point in the main DC storyline would have been infected.
Yeah.
And in that plot, he's talking to Black Adam.
You know, we'll also go, hey, Wendy, it's your island. Why don't you come too?
Yeah, we're obviously gonna need Wonder Woman.
Okay.
She's an Amazonian.
She can also tell us where it is.
So Superman, Black Lightning, Oliver, Wonder Woman.
We should get a Green Lantern too.
Nah, she should go to Gotham.
There's only Dinah at this point. All the other ones are gone.
There's only who?
Dinah.
Dinah.
Oh, okay.
Black Canary. Green
Sidebar.
Canary.
No, I know. I
They
thought
never
said
explained what happened to
Dinah.
anyone except Hal, did they?
No, that's
No,
why
the
I
Green
kind of
Lanterns show up at the very end because guys are like, we leave for a week.
Oh, yeah.
The whole planet goes to hell.
That's
Doesn't
right.
look good for us. Yeah.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
So
the
they're
Green-
not even on the planet right now.
the
They're
Green Lanterns show up and basically cordon off Earth.
Yeah.
We could bring Wally D.
Sure.
Okay, so we got
It's good to have a
Green
speedster.
Arrow, Wally D,
Yeah. Wonder Woman.
Superman, Wonder Woman,
Black Lightning.
Black Lightning. That's
Yeah.
your 5.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that should be
Superman
good.
picks you both up like big babies.
I can fly.
Not right now. You can't.
Let's go, Superman.
You're still a little dizzy.
Wally's carrying Oliver. Okay, you know what? You're flying. Superman's carrying Oliver and you.
There you go. Yeah.
Black Lightning's doing the static shock thing because I don't know what he does other than that.
Sure. And Wonder Woman flies.
Yeah, she flies, and Wally D's just
Yeah,
like a little bee.
Why does he
Apparently.
make that noise?
Oh no.
All right, so you guys head over to Themyscira. As you're approaching Themyscira, you realize from the distance, if you know the rules of Themyscira, you shouldn't see it until you land.
Correct.
But you see it from a very far distance.
They've got magicians.
It's a giant island, much larger than either of you remember. Right now, I'm assuming that in your timeline you've been there. So
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. They
Yeah,
got
because
it bigger.
they raised the island up.
Yeah.
So we were with them at the time. So yeah, we probably would have been there.
yeah, so you see it. It looks it's risen up. Everything looks okay. You see Anat the Ark is parked there on this big, glorious Paradise Island.
Good.
It looks a little weird to you because the Paradise Island portion's in the middle, and then you got all the beaches that just kind of stretch out where the refugees are quite obviously spread out on there. The Amazons are directing people onto the Ark. Everything's okay. They all land. Everything looks good.
Everyone stay alert. There's a good chance someone might attack us because that's been the theme of today.
Ben's gonna make it happen in Gotham instead,
I don't care about
just to
that.
mess with us.
You hear over radio, Gotham's under. No.
They're on their own.
Hero point. We decided to go to Gotham instead.
No, radio cracks over.
Oh.
And the radio cracks up. We're having problems over here in Gotham right now. Where are you guys? You hear zombie.
What kind of problems? Over.
We were just looking outside and we noticed that there is a bus careening towards us. There's various individuals
You'll be
fighting
fine.
zombies. Oh, okay. We'll be fine?
Yeah.
Are you guys certain on that? You're the time travelers.
Just stay within the grass.
Who's in the bus?
We can't tell. Looks like more deceased things.
I believe
Okay.
in the universe they did refer to them as deceased things.
Deceased things. I'm sorry. Zombies.
That's official.
Deceased
Canon.
things.
Deceased
Yes.
things.
They call up that they see the bus outside. They see what appears to be a bunch of fighting going on, but they can't see who's in the middle of it. Deceased beings just seem to be flying up in the air and stuff like that. You two realize that sounds like an event that you know of in the timeline, but it sounds like it's happening in an inappropriate time in the timeline.
Okay. It is. I know.
Oh, yeah, I know you. You both just read that
Yeah.
one, so yeah, you both should be aware of that.
They should be fine. Wonder Woman's not there to try and kill him.
Yeah.
At this point, they should be good.
Yeah, that explains why they lasted so long.
So anyway, Gotham sounds like they're being attacked, but they sound like they're okay. They say they've got it under control because you sent every superhero there except for the 5 you've got with you.
It's true. I said that. Green Lanterns, you got Green
Right.
Canary, you'll be fine.
I radio back.
Who am I
So
talking
why
to?
did you radio us?
It's Harley. Oh, hey, Harley. Remember that time we were both framed for mass murder? Good time.
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
All right, good time. What are you wearing? No.
Little halter top, jacket, booty shorts.
I mean, that's fair right now. Harley's got a
Yeah, I was
crush on
gonna
Booster.
say, yeah.
So you guys are like, cool. Gotham's under control.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're kicking this universe's ass.
Yeah, we are.
At that time,
I bet it's Aquaman.
nothing happens.
No,
So
no, we're fine. All right, everybody get on the ark.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. Man, we are killing it.
Let's do it.
You know, metaphorically speaking,
Yeah.
except for that. Sorry, except for that time I
got the
killed.
Rona.
I killed the
I got the
Flash.
Corona.
No, it's a beer.
Oh.
I'm drinking water.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you guys want to do anything while you're
Help
kind of waiting?
People load onto
so
the
just
ark.
help people load on the
Yeah,
ark.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
sounds like good to me. And they're still loading on the ark.
All right, cool.
All right.
I mean, this
so
doesn't
I
seem
feel
that
like,
bad.
I feel
Yeah,
like
I
everyone
mean,
should
yeah.
be
Yeah,
on
we
the
should.
arc
Superman's
side,
looking at
right?
you guys like, what? Why did we come here?
Well,
say-
in the historical timeline, document things. Sure.
course.
Aquaman attacked. It's not our fault he didn't actually attack this time.
Yet.
I have a sense that something is rolling in the. Ooh.
That's pretty impressive, actually.
At this time, finally, you sense a rumbling beneath you.
Ah,
Told you.
this is why you believe the time travelers.
Ready an arrow.
Green Arrow looks at you and do what? We're having an earthquake.
Don't worry.
Get a lightning
just-
one.
You'll know. They
Wait,
always
is
say
it a
that.
lightning
They'll
one?
always say
He
that.
pulls it out. He's like, I'll know.
You'll
I'll
know.
know.
Did you tell
You'll
him the
know.
correct arrow?
I think he just uses a normal arrow.
Is it a normal
I
arrow?
think so, yeah.
Okay.
Out of the ground. Not ground. Out of the ocean.
I was
My
gonna
God,
say,
he's
who's
become Sandman?
somehow Tara got infected. She's here all of a
Not
sudden.
even in this timeline.
She isn't at all, is she?
No.
No, the
Not
Teen
that we
Titans
know
all
of.
died. As far as we know, she's probably dead already.
Yeah, she's probably dead.
It's probably after the Judas contract. So.
I would assume.
So we'll have Dylan put it up on the screen right here, the scene from the actual comic book that shows us. I'm trying to pull it up for Dan, but I got way far ahead of myself in the comic book there.
Sure, yeah.
So we're gonna. There we go. So out of the ocean pops this giant, monstrous kraken creature with what appears to have the head of a hammerhead shark.
I look over at Superman. Told ya.
Oh, you were correct, Booster.
Thank you.
Giant head
on
of
the ark. He ain't fighting that thing.
It's got a head of a hammerhead shark. It's got over 10 tentacles. It's got like barnacles coming off of it. The whole thing is
11
purple.
tentacles.
And on the top of it, riding it, you see Aquaman. Blood pouring down his face, holes and splotches in his armor, and he's just.
He's
All
got
right.
splotches.
All right, you ready for my plan?
Oh Lord. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so because I see on the panel we got Mara here and we got Superman here.
Yep,
I
yep.
look to Mara and I go, "Hey Mara,
I forgot she was actually
you're
already here.
you're an aquakinetic, right? All right, cool. Here is my idea. Because we also have a lot of deceased Atlanteans rising, I want you to keep them in the water. And Soups, I want you to blast that water with your heat vision and boil those guys alive.
Superman looks
Or,
at it and he goes,
I guess,
on paper
dead.
that sounds like a really smart idea, and I would assume you would understand how water would work, but I would just boil it and it would evaporate, Ted.
And yes, and the
Black
things
lightning.
in it
I like
would
your
get.
doom.
That sounds more viable.
I mean, you know,
Just a pile
Your
of
science isn't helping us. Ted.
I'm just gonna
Black
say right
lightning.
now, when water boils, it does kind of have a boiling
There is
factor
a-
on
there is a-
skin.
There is a
Yeah,
period,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Superman's heat vision cuts
Green
the,
Arrow.
When it's water that is
Shoot
that much,
Aquaman
no, it would not
in-
evaporate
you know what?
it
The eyeball.
immediately.
I feel like before
we can do
before
that
we-
too.
Before we have that, we need to have a tangent discussion about how
I don't
hot
think we
is
do.
the heat
No,
vision.
no, I don't think we do.
I mean, it melts through steel, so I'm gonna get.
That's why I'm
pretty
assuming
hot.
it's hot enough to instantly boil it off.
Oh, definitely not
doubt-
instantly
no, not
boil an
instantly.
ocean.
Okay, well, either way, we'll have the waves going out and Black Lightning, who you've called in.
I guess that works too.
Black lightning, go.
I mean, didn't Andy specifically state bring Black Lightning because it's water and
Yeah,
electricity?
but I also wanted
But
to
you
use
went-
soups.
I even went.
I didn't hear you saying any plan, and you
I
didn't
just
use
said
Mara.
Black Lightning go.
The water begins to rise up.
Mara,
As
stop
Mara-
that.
No, Mara's doing that.
Oh, good job.
All right. As it rises up, I also go, hey, Soups, since apparently people are telling me heat vision won't work, why don't you use your freezing breath and freeze them in place?
Ooh, that's a better idea.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
So the water begins to rise out of the ground. Let me see if your plan works. We'll go with a nice clean roll for this. I'm gonna hold it tray so I can.
How is that a clean roll? You're like moving
it's just
it the whole
plopped.
time. Yeah. I don't think you understand how dice
All
trays are
right.
supposed to
It
work.
works. So the water rises up, and Superman freezes it all there. All the Atlantean deceased things, as we've established there in canon,
Deceased-lians.
deceased
Ooh,
beings
I like it. The ceaselings.
are being frozen in place, and then Black Lightning begins to electrocute it all, which will, even though it's probably, I don't think physics would work for that, we'll still say it does.
It's a comic book.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
comic book
Yeah,
logic,
why
you
not?
know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just-
I mean,
pretty
it's a
sure Frozen
kraken.
begins to electrocute all of the deceased zombies. You just see everything just like eyes popping out of their heads, tongues exploding. All of the survivors not on the ark are like, oh my god!
I then get
It's
on
okay.
my
It's
bullhorn. Everyone, please get aboard the ark. Everyone, please get aboard the ark.
Not even gonna question where you got the
Don't worry
bullhorn.
about that. Everyone, please, in an orderly fashion. No.
So now you guys have electrocuted all of them. The Kraken though then smashes down on it. And I paused you last time when you were calling it out.
I go, Green Arrow, do it.
It is time.
And
It's time.
and he pulls back and he says, "Screw you, Batman." Almost as if he had an entire conversation with Damian.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
culminated to this
I
moment.
definitely remember that happening.
But you guys didn't get.
no,
you
no,
weren't
I was
close enough to
standing
know
there.
it.
No, no, I heard him. I heard him the whole time.
Launches the arrow. Let's see if this Green Arrow's any good.
Oh crap!
Oh, no. At least it's not... At least it's...
And it lands.
Okay, at least it's
clean
not
through
Batman.
his eye.
We've had some pretty terrible Batman.
We have, yeah.
Completely through the eye of Aquaman, dropping him off. But now the Kraken has nobody controlling it and is just flailing.
Everyone, please run really fast into the ark.
Is this Kraken immune to being shocked and frozen?
Apparently,
It's giant.
Superman.
I know.
Yes. What do you want me to
Wonder
do?
Woman. Other Amazonians. Fight. I mean, I don't know what they want us to do against a Kraken. You
All
got a
right,
BB
ready?
gun.
Ready?
So Superman takes off, begins to literally just
I
fly.
looked down
and
at one
beat
of my
it.
thermite grenades.
It is time.
You gonna do something?
Gonna do something? I'm just directing superheroes at this point. It's just easier.
I flashed the Kraken.
Oh Lord.
Go for it. I have stats for the Kraken.
Fudge!
You're gonna infect Superman. Just use
Hero
your
point!
hero
Hero
and flash
point!
the Kraken.
I hero point the Kraken.
Okay.
I hero
No.
point flash the
There
Kraken.
you go. Yeah.
All right, so the Kraken is stunned, allowing Superman to get a bunch of clean shots in and avoid all the tentacles. He knew exactly what it was
I
going
was gonna say, Superman's gonna get infected by the day. Although I don't think the Kraken is
flashed him.
is a zombie.
Not
You
from
know,
that.
we have no proof either way, and I can
That's
use it.
true.
I can use it. But yeah, Wonder Woman dives in ahead, starts stabbing it.
Yeah, get him, guys.
Multiple Amazons are riding in on the horses, stand up on the horses. They catapult off of it,
Wow, that's cool.
land on the ice, slide down the ice, and they start
damn.
slicing
Go
it.
team, go.
Yeah.
Go team,
Great.
go.
We're just directing people onto the ark at this point. Just go.
While we do this, I'm also going, hey, Wally D, get people on the ark,
Yeah,
dude.
fast.
Why
Fast,
haven't
boy.
you been doing this the whole
Wally
time?
West runs around and begins to pick up multiple survivors.
Isn't Wonder Girl around here somewhere too?
She's over there fighting the Kraken right now.
okay,
Yeah,
all
she's
right,
in with
yeah,
the Amazon group. Yeah. And you guys beat down the Kraken. You killed Aquaman. You froze all the deceased
and
zombies.
we helped.
The arcs are all loaded up.
We saved the timeline. Nothing got changed.
Everything's on fire. Zombies are electrocuted. We did it, Patrick. We saved the timeline.
And the arcs begin to rise up off the planet. Superman.
We're on
and
them, correct?
Yeah.
All right, we
so.
didn't get left behind because I was directing people. Oh crap!
Wait for us.
Come back.
Over in Gotham, you see them taking off,
Nice.
and the arcs are leaving the planet. And you have saved the timeline.
More or less. Now John can be trained by his father
I didn't even
Yes.
need the stat block for the Kraken.
Oh, I'm so
goodness.
sorry. Would you expect me to fly over there and shoot it with my beams?
So far, it's been working for you. So
it has been. But I brought all of these powerhouse superheroes for a freaking reason.
Clearly, flashing's not working for me with my 3.
it is not.
Oh yeah, I used a hero point.
Yeah,
Yep.
you did. I got 3 left, so.
I'm down to 1.
I feel like this entire episode's just been you guys cashing out hero points to make the
Yeah,
whole story go well.
screw it.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. It's supposed to be hard. All right, so the arc's taken off. You're all flying away. Everything looks normal. At that point, you begin to see lightning crackling around one of the arcs. Shorts out a little thing, but it's kind of whatever. Yeah. This is like you guys are relaxing. You've walked back to your room. They gave you both a room. They assumed you.
Is it around our arc that it's lightning or around someone else's?
Yeah,
How
It's your arc, in
how
your room.
much should I care?
You go to your separate
Oh,
room.
no, it's like Wally or somebody.
Oh, okay.
You're at your separate room on the ark. Apparently, they had enough time to build like individual rooms in the ark.
Nice, we got a dorm.
Right, right. So
I
you're
wonder what
there.
it's going to be
got-
like on Earth,
We
too.
got first class.
What do you think it's going to be like on Earth, too?
Heard it won't last long.
You don't think so?
No.
Nah, I'll give it a couple of decades.
Lightning begins to go off. You see blue streaks happening.
Nah, man.
You see an orb kind of is forming in front of
This
you.
jackass
Here we
again.
go again.
And there's the time sphere.
Oh, it's just the sphere this time.
With a post-it note, you forgot this.
Who sent us the
Yeah,
time sphere?
You wrote the note.
Do I recognize the handwriting?
I investigated.
It looks
that.
like someone you may know.
Okay,
Okay.
wait. Do Skeets.
Skeets.
Give me
Analyze
perception. Let's see what you got.
Analyze the handwriting. You want me to
Both of us or just him?
Give him both of them. See if you can get both.
Skeets and me?
Yep.
Oh, those two.
Because see if either one of you recognizes it fully.
All right, so my perception's +7.
It's older
Skeets
boost.
is +10. So
Wow.
either 20 or 23.
Not hot. No. You recognize it as being from the future, almost like it looks similar to reports you've read from the future, written by an individual known as Professor Thawne.
Damn it. All
We
right.
should go find him. I got a lasso now.
I write another note. Thanks.
You just leave it on the sphere we're about to
You
drive.
never know.
Hey.
You guys glance
might
inside
run
of it.
past.
Give me a
Yeah,
perception roll to see if you recognize the controls. You've got a good shot. He doesn't.
Nope, I definitely do not.
You
I
look
rolled a
inside.
4.
You see a bunch of numbers, a bunch of gauges, a bunch of dials, and you're like, I still don't know what any of that is, Booster.
All right, so I got either a 14 for me or a 24 for Skeets.
You look in and you recognize a time and date that looks weird. It's in
I bet it's 1985.
it's a bizarre series of letters that don't look like anything you truly recognize.
Doesn't sound like a date. Or does it? I'm just banter.
Right.
I'm apparently an
But
idiot that can't understand
You do
buttons.
recognize it as a preset location.
Well, we already saved this timeline, Ted. Let's go. We have to get back to the future. Past, I don't know, wherever this thing is going to take us. Come on, it'll be fun. And I get into the time sphere. And I buckle up, because safety first.
I also get in and follow his lead because I'm not
Click
sure.
it or ticket.
Luckily, I look over and I see him do this, and I'm like, "Oh, that's how that works."
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
click it in.
And as we disappear, I go, what do you think it was going to be like on Earth 2?
The lightning goes up around you. The time sphere kind of warps, blips out of existence. All right. You guys warp away. You going through the normal time tunnels. The blue. You see the streak of red. You see a streak of yellow.
Man, those damn speedsters! I roll down the window. Damn speedsters!
I was like, is there a window on the
Yeah,
time
it's just a
sphere?
window. It's a crank.
Have we seen
Speedsters.
Have we seen time traveling Parallax in any of these? Because I know he travels through time.
Trying to
somehow.
lasso one next time we go past them.
Ooh, I like this.
And big blaring white light. You guys land on a times area, and in front of you,
A time area.
time area.
An area in time, if you will.
Land
Gotcha.
in the big white, big white light in front of you. You guys, boom! You just land, and you look like you're inside of a scientific area. Why don't you roll your dice? Let me see if you recognize it.
For me and Skeets?
Yeah, for perception.
Are you kidding? How do I roll 2 4s in a
You
row?
recognize machines.
All right, so I got 19, and Skeet's got a 23.
Okay. So you recognize this as, it looks like technology used by Wayne
Don't worry, I
Enterprises.
just made millions doing this, but whatever, I don't remember.
So you recognize that
Mini bats?
you're in some kind of a Batman era. And then you see,
We're in some kind of a Batman place. Batman land.
It's a bat place.
It's a bat place.
you see what appears to be Batman in armor walking out with a man with a bowl cut. They seem to be talking, and you don't quite get what they're saying.
Man with a bowl cut?
And then you just hear, all right, Batman, by the power of Grayskull.
Oh, he just put us in Injustice versus the He-Man universe or whatever it's called.
Seems like a bad Saturday morning cartoon.
Oh, goodness.
Lightning hits, and you see He-Man standing in front of you.
First of all, he has a Prince Valiant cut, not a bowl cut. That's what threw me off. I'm trying to think of
It's
like
a bowl cut.
I'm trying to think of like Alfred with a
love it.
bowl cut or something.
I love that you know the exact type of
Valiant haircut. Yeah.
And that is our cliffhanger of today. I don't want to put you guys in a panic mode this time.
And our last lines are, what?
What?
I wanted to establish that we can go to any crossover universe.
Oh my gosh. This means we're gonna run into the amalgam soon.
and the Turtles.
It's gonna be super.
And the Turtles.
It's gonna be super 90s.
And the Power Rangers. And Star Trek.
We're gonna run into Green Lantern versus Star Trek.
All right, that's today's episode. A little bit shorter because all of my fights and arguments, they just hero reported their way through.
Yeah.
Which I'm not against. That's how the game works.
And you get an extra hero point.
Yep, you get 1 hero point for each of that because you guys did resolve it.
I have 4.
I have
Again.
I have 2.
I just like Dan. Hero point.
For the record, guys, I want you to know I rolled, I believe, a 3, then a 1, then a 4, and then a 4. Those were my rolls today.
I don't see the problem, honestly.
I'm glad you wasted your hero point, though.
I
'cause-
had to because you didn't want to.
No, I was
I
gonna.
have one
I
left.
kind of wanted to see what was gonna happen.
I remember, what were you guys trying to convince him of that he rolled the 1 on?
No.
To go to Themyscira.
No, it
Oh,
wasn't
right.
that. It was
That
the fact
Aquaman
that
was gonna
Green
show up.
Arrow was gonna do something. I
No,
thought.
not that.
Oh, it was.
No,
Aquaman.
it was the fact you kept
Oh, okay.
bringing up Green Arrow. That's how I was like,
Oh, that's why he was
Green
confused.
Arrow.
Green Arrow.
And for the record, in the comic, no one trusts Green Arrow's going to do anything. There's a whole plot point where Batman.
And that's why I was like, Green Arrow, go.
Do
And
your thing.
We told him he would know when, and he knew.
He knew.
Yeah, so that's
you
the show
told
for
him.
today.
I thought Ben was going to have him shoot the Kraken and be like, well, I didn't do anything. Stupid Green Arrow.
Well, you guys had hero pointed your way to this point. So,
Yeah, I would have just hero pointed to make the arrow go into Aquaman.
So anyway, guys, I hope you
Bend
enjoyed
the
today's
bullet
show.
style.
Don't forget to support
Wanted.
this show by subscribing right here on Twitch. Stick around if you're watching it live, as we're going to be doing a little bit of a post show discussing some of the variations of stuff. Basically, how this episode ended up being 20 minutes shorter than I intended. But we'll
You
talk
know
about
that's bouncing on the microphone while you're talking, right?
Right, my bad. But don't forget to join us next week, Thursday, at about 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll start. We'll do a podcast, and we'll do the next chapter of this. Them inside the Masters of the Universe versus Injustice universe.
I'm gonna try and take the sword.
I'm going to have to look up the rules to the...
From now that I have a lasso, I'm gonna
happened.
try and
I
take
don't know.
something from every universe. Little souvenirs.
I'm going to have to look up the rules on the Sword of Grayskull before you two try to take it.
Hey, can we borrow that for a minute? For no particular reason.
Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe here on Twitch if you want to see the show continue. You can also support this show by going to Patreon. This show will be entirely supported by our sponsors, Patreon and Twitch. So obviously, if all that dries up, the show will kind of wrap up, or we'll just play it for fun. I don't know. But you can also purchase the shirt, which is either going to be live on Designed by Humans. It might be live right below. We're going to try to get that fixed up in time. I hope you guys support us by grabbing that shirt, and we'll continue to make new ones if the show keeps going. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget, in the comments down below, where do you want them to go after Injustice versus the Masters of the Universe? Thank you, and good night.
Actually, before you do that, we're also sponsored by Bespoke Post.
Right.
Which if you use the code COMICS at checkout, you can save 20% off your first monthly box. Check the description down below.
Now that everyone has left the room, it's time for a little additional cliffhanger. As our heroes have left the deceased timeline, there's one thing that they forgot about. And thank God they did, because it works for my story. Way back in the other location, the location where the original Booster Gold and the original Blue Beetle were located, there's still a time sphere. A couple of deceased zombies walk towards that time sphere. And as they walk into it, it goes off on its own, removing some of the deceased anti-life zombies to some unknown location. And now the show's over.